We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding and a cup of good cheer. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some out here. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Wood Metal Workshop. As you saw in the previous clip, we went ahead and made a template. We're making a Secret Santa gift for a website that I belong to. Don't know the guy, just decided that he needed a grinder holder. If you go back to my previous videos, link down in the description, you can see I made some single grinder holders to fit where I wanted to put them. So I just kind of modified the design a little bit and gonna make one to hold 2 grinders and some grinding discs. Here we're just going ahead and marking out. We're going to do the same process as we did before. Use an angle grinder to cut some slits to make the bending easier. And I like to drill a little hole at each end of the slit. Just gives it a nice look. And as always, I'm going to go ahead and mark what size to drill the hole. Just makes it easier when you're over drilling to know which holes are which size. Changed my mind on starting with the hole saw. We're going to start with a 3/16 and pop pilot holes for everything with a 3/16, and 3/16 is the size of our smallest hole. Alright, going up to a 3/8 inch bit here. We're going to use that to drill the holes for the pegs that are going to hold the discs. And stuff like this, I like to drill a hole and put the peg all the way through and weld from the backside. Just gives you a nice clean look on the front. change out the speeds here. Slow it down to run this hole saw. Just using some dark cutting oil for drilling all these holes. One thing I like to do when I'm making stuff like this is to drill these, use the hole saw on these rounds, so I get a whole circle, and these just get tossed in a bucket. So if I need to use one to plug a hole somewhere, end of a pipe, something like that, I've got a bunch of them already around, different sizes, different thicknesses. Alright, off camera I went ahead and took the flap disc and took the burrs off the back from all the hole drilling. Make it slide on the bandsaw table a little bit easier. Uh-oh. Something wrong with the bandsaw. That video will be coming out in a short amount of time here. You get to see what the problem was and how I repaired it. So, no bandsaw. Switch over to a cutting wheel. I'm using the Lennox Metal Max here. I really like these for this kind of cutting. Anything that's not hardened. Because they don't wear down. They wear out, but they don't wear down. So you get full cutting disc, full 4.5 inches all the time. Alright, taking the flap disc and taking the burr off because flap discs are way cheaper than stitches. Setting up, we're going to cut those slots. You can see I drilled the holes here. I'm just going to remark those lines because they kind of wore off while I was doing the other stuff. Drilling the hole just gives you a nice little end to your slot. Whereas if you're just to slot it, it wouldn't look right. 2 down, 2 to go. And once again, I'm going to take the burr off before I cut myself. Okay, just clamp a bar across here to your workbench. With the slots, this stuff is easy enough to bend where you don't need a big heavy press brake. A little tweaking and good to go. All right, pegs for the disc holders. Just dressing the ends so they're a little smoother. Off camera, I went ahead and took those, ground those down flat so the back is smooth. And just testing it out and make sure everything works as intended. Alright, just a final little cleanup before we get ready to paint it. Little acetone wipe down. Remove any grease, oil, contaminants on the surface. I'm using a self-etching primer. Changed my mind and decided to hang it so I could paint the whole thing without stopping. Otherwise, I would have had to wait for it to dry before I could have flipped it over and gotten the bottom side. After I got the first coat done, I let it dry. I came back to do the second coat, and it didn't have that hammered finish that I like. This is a dark green, by the way. And I looked at the can that I grabbed. It was on the shelf right next to the hammered green, and turns out it was not hammered green. Still looks good, though. Well, great. Hey. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. You guys have a very, very happy holiday season. Stay safe. All right, guys. Project wrapped up. Gonna get it packed up in a box with some other stuff and send it off to a Secret Santa recipient. I know I've done a grinder rack before, but I figured I'd do it again. Check the end card here or down in the description for links to the other ones. The other ones I built were single grinder holders because that's what fit my situation. Double for somebody I don't know exactly their situation, but 2 grinders is always good to have around. A little storage for your discs. So thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. And we'll catch you in the next video.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We